Hey, everybody, this is Jessica Miller. I am here today to talk to you guys a little bit about Newsela. Newsela is one of my most favorite web based platforms available to teachers, and I'm so happy that our district, and thank you to our administration, Tracy and Karen, for again purchasing the Pro subscription to Newsela because it really does open up lots of features for all of our teachers. So, basically, I want to start with understanding what Newsela is. So, in the most basic terms, Newsela is an instructional content platform where it provides really fun, interactive articles that are going to engage your students. So, I love this for all readers. Yes, it's great for struggling readers because the information in articles is so up to date and current, but it also is really fun for our readers who are more advanced because they love to read about current events and things like that as well. So just by checking out the homepage right now, I mean, Chadwick Boseman is all over the news. You know, it is such a tragedy of what happened to him. But what a courageous story and battle that he fought, and that is available to our students literally right now. So no more, you know, really old articles or things that our students can't relate to. I mean, this is present day, up to date, current articles for our students, which I just think is absolutely amazing. On top of that, to be provided those articles that you can get them in multiple different reading levels, that's the other huge benefit here. So let's get started so we can kind of learn about Newsela and find out what it is. So here you go. You're going to want to start by going to the Newsela webpage. It's newsela.com, very simple. When you enter and go onto the page, you'll be asked to log in. So if you've never logged in before, you're going to use your single sign-on from Google, and then you'll want to go into your settings, because settings is where you're going to set up your account. So your profile is going to have your name, your subjects that you teach. You'll just click on them. Languages, English, every student has access to a digital device in the classroom, so we're one-to-one, so you're going to want to include that. The next thing that you're going to want to do is create your classes. One of the best things about Newsela Pro is how easy it is to set up your classes. It's literally a click of a button. So you're going to click on Sync with Google. You'll select, these are all my Google Classrooms. So you will just click on one of them that you want to load. This is a kindergarten classroom central for me. So you'll assign the grade level and the subject. For this, it would be general education. And then obviously I'm not going to do that because poor Mrs. Kennedy. But then you'll go down to the bottom of this and you'll click Sync Selected Classes. As easy as that, your classes will be synced and they will be listed right under in here where it says Synced Classes from Google. So you can see the class name is over here, the grade level, which you assigned, your subject area, so general education or English language arts or science. You pick, obviously, according to what you teach. The class codes, well, it was synced from Google, so you don't actually even have to worry about class codes anymore. You can add a co-teacher if you would like. And then you have the ability to archive classes when you're done with them. If you want to edit the information, maybe you want to, change something that you entered it about it, or something like that. So basically setting up your classes is so easy in Newsela, which I think the easier things are to use, the more likely they are to be used by teachers because nobody has time to enter 200 names into classes. So I love that they did this, and I think it's a really, really great feature. All right, so now let's get into actually kind of the Newsela aspect of it and what it has to offer. So I'm going to click on Newsela to come back to their home page again. And we're going to start in the basic search category. So if you are going on to Newsela because you have a subject or a topic or something that you want your students to read an article about, I don't know, I'm going to just say climate change. Okay, so I'm just going to type in climate change. And there's a couple of different options here. Okay, so you can go into more filters, and there's lots of different ways that you can filter here, right? So you can, this is different things from my recent searches. You can click a grade level if you want to like narrow down your search for a grade level. You can do something like, all right, well, I really want something geared towards middle school because that's what I'm teaching. And I think I definitely want something in English, right? So you can kind of look around and see the different things that you want. I also like that it has these numbers like primary sources. It's not going to have as many articles that are primary sources, right? 0 here. But it does have primary sources on different topics, just not on climate change, right? There's 17 essays, 4 profiles, 11 reference articles. So you can also kind of filter it by that. Maybe you want something like you're teaching strong vocabulary. So you want articles that are going to have things with power words. We're going to talk about them in a couple of minutes. You also want things that you could do a writing prompt with. Okay, perfect. Lots of different things here that you can kind of all filter with. Okay, so just want to make sure that you apply your changes and the things that you picked about your filters. You can also do searches by lexile level. So you can do that, text level. And then they also have these amazing things that you can set up from like your collections and things like that. All right. So you can take a look now and see if anything kind of interests you or is what you were looking for. So let's just kind of click on this one. It's written about the UN, which is always a great thing for students to be exposed to. What is the UN? So a UN report says that climate change is rapidly hurting the Earth's land. Okay, so you can take a look at this article. You can peruse it, say, is this kind of what I'm looking for? Make sure it's actually talking about the topic that you want your students to be reading about. Couple of really great things here are, the text to speech feature, which is really nice for our students who struggle with reading. You can obviously print it. Hopefully we're not doing much of that to save trees. You can save the article and do lots of different things there. So that's a really nice feature as well. The activities. This is a really nice option. So the activities, you're going to have an ability to either use a writing prompt that already came with this, or you can click right here to edit and create your own writing prompt. So you don't have to use theirs. You can certainly use your own. So that's what the writing activity is. You also can click quiz here. And this is a 4-question quiz that students will have to navigate and go through and answer based on their reading. Okay, so you might want to take a look at the different lexile levels, like if you wanted to do the max, and you can I'm going to make my screen smaller. I just sometimes when I present like to have a bigger screen. But so you can kind of see this font here for the max, and then we'll show you the middle. So you can see it's a little bit easier to read. And then we'll go all the way to the lowest one so you can kind of see what the lowest one is. A lot shorter of an article this lowest one is. Okay, so not only are the words easier, but even the length of the article is significantly condensed compared to that max lexile level. Okay, so let's just say that you would like to assign it. So we will go to assign. Okay, you can decide whatever you want the article assignment title to be. You can click your classes. All right, what classes do you want this assigned to? I'm going to assign it to my middle school Battle of the Books class. All right, I'm also going to assign it to this class. So I know a lot of you teach multiple sections of your classes. So you can click all of the classes that you want to assign it to. Okay, you can adjust the level. All right, well, this is good to know. If you pick one of these specific levels, it will lock it and students will not be able to adjust the level. Okay, so notice here it says lock selection. If you leave it open, then students will be able to change the Lexile level. So it's kind of your preference there, but I wanted you to be aware of it. Next thing that we have here is the instructions. So you can edit these and make them the instructions whatever you want. And then you have your article posted here. Okay, so we're ready to go. We're going to hit assign. And now we have our first assigned article. Notice in the right-hand corner, it says 0 of 0 students have done the assignment, which obviously is not actually that surprising right now. In your binder, this is part of the pro features. You can see your classes that you have, what activity you've done in the last 90 days, the article that you have recently assigned, how many students have viewed the article, and so forth and so on. Okay, the other thing that you can take a look at is this activity feed. All right, so basically right now our students have no activity feed, but once they start going on it, they actually track, or Newsela tracks students and how long they've spent on the article, how long did they read. So there's nothing right here, but when they do start to, you can say, okay, my student got 0 out of 4 questions correct. Well, that's very unlike that student. Let me see. Oh, well, they only took 1 minute to actually read the article. So that might give us some ideas as to why they did so poorly on the actual assignment. So this is another way that you can see your students' progress as they basically move through the articles and move through the assignments. Obviously, there's nothing here right now because we don't have any students that are kind of moving through the articles. But this is certainly a feature that would be a really good one to kind of be able to kind of follow and move throughout your year. So the quizzes provide also really good feedback. You can see which ones they got wrong, which ones they got right. Remember that in the writing prompt, you have the ability to use theirs or edit. Now, the assignment that I picked did not have a power words, but many of the articles come with vocabulary questions that they call power words, which is another really good strategy to work on vocabulary and things like that. Just a couple of more things. I know it's a lot that I'm sharing right now. And if you ever have any questions, my door is always open. I encourage you to please come see me, and I'm happy to help you find stuff and implement this into your classroom. One of the things I really like is the news. So you can basically track and see what are the latest, what's trending right now, what are the latest and most frequently looked and searched news articles currently. You can also do that by looking at different subtopics in the news, such as arts or health or kids, etc., down this left-hand side here. So this is basically the latest trends in the news world. You'll have your ability. So let me just click on this article right here. Let's say that I really like this article, but I just don't have a use for it right now. It's not where I am in my curriculum, but oh my goodness, I don't want to forget about this later on because I really actually would love to use this article. All you have to do is hit save, and then it goes to your content, and you can go back and get that at a later time when you basically have an opportunity to maybe, hit the wrong button here. So if you have something that you would want to do that with later on in the year, you can go into your content and things that are saved by you. Okay. You even have things that you could look at your school. So it tracks everything that our school is using as well. So just a nice little feature there. You can kind of in your binder, which is what we were looking at before with the assignment, you can look at your activity feed, meaning who has submitted things, what have people done, what have students done, et cetera, et cetera. So under the assignments, you'll be able to actually track what assignments you have out currently with students. So that was quite a lot, and I totally understand that, but I really wanted to give you at least a background and a foundation so that you could get started exploring Newsela, seeing what it has to offer. It really is a fantastic, fantastic, highly engaging, super current, up-to-date, fantastic online platform for our students. So again, please don't hesitate to reach out, ask me any questions, send me an email, JL Miller. There's 2 J Millers in the district, so I'm JL Miller. I hope I didn't go through anything too quickly, but I wanted to get it all out there for you. Again, 5 stars, awesome Newsela, love it. Reach out if you have any questions. All right, thanks everybody. See you guys later.